If you want fireworks, well, you got to go to iwantfireworks.com. That's our good friend Craig, who owns Pyro Spot Fireworks, the best fireworks and the best deals that you're ever going to get on the things that blow up in the sky.
Absolutely. Pyro Spot Fireworks opens December 20th in Longwood and Eustis. They've got early bird specials that end December 24th, Christmas Eve, so you got to go early to get the best stuff. Buy one, get two free specials, tons of other specials. It's Pyro Spot Fireworks, tents in Longwood and Eustis. Get your New Year's Eve fireworks at Pyro Spot.
iwantfireworks.com. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha and Butler are here, and we will ease out of the show into some voicemails.
Oh, okay.
We were watching some
terrible things.
absolutely terrible videos during the break that we had absolutely no business watching. Pornography.
You know, we need to do that BDM show for the holidays with our wives, and we need to...
You want to do it nude?
No.
Yeah.
That's what you were getting to. I thought you wanted to do full-on pornography.
No,
and I'll do the move.
Full bushes.
All right, say your full name, please, because I need this on record for that thing that we played before and after each one of these weird videos.
We need to explain to our wives about the world of pornography.
No, I'll never do that.
Why not?
I'll never join you. I'm just like Luke Skywalker.
Do neither of your wives watch?
No.
I think my wife is watching, but it's
What is
On
she
the down low?
Wait, she watches without you?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that
I
wouldn't
know.
happen in my house.
I'll ask her on the
I'm
BDM
kidding, I'm
show.
totally kidding.
She mentions searching love and
we're on the wrong website.
Romantic. I'm like, you search romantic on Xvideo?
This is sad, Tom. You got to give her some romance,
I'm going to search
man.
hand kisses. Prince kisses hand.
It just because she doesn't even. And then she's
Let's
like,
type in chivalry.
she's like, everything that comes up is like, why is it so horrible? And I'm like, you don't know.
I could send her some sites.
I'll type
she
in.
doesn't know.
Let's type in
she's asked me.
manners. Oh, there's a very small man, looks like Howard Stern's Beetlejuice, spitting into somebody's mouth.
Oh,
Very odd.
Anyway.
I just like the ones where you have a girl who, I don't know, eats something and then barfs it into a blender and then blends it and eats it again.
Come on.
Those are the only ones I like. Let's go with, for voicemails, let's go with this one right here.
Hey guys, it's Steve from Winter Park. I was listening to ACT last week, and Tom mentioned that he doesn't feel comfortable using emojis. He thinks they're too cartoonish. But I will have you know that I'm pretty sure I financed my house through Streamline last December using nothing but fist bump and tip touch emojis with Brian Zymel.
I feel like we played this.
Oh, did we? We may have sent it to Brian, but but that's how easy it is.
Yeah, Brian Zymel does use a lot of emojis.
I like it. It speeds things
thumbs up, fist bump, and then
It's just friendly.
If you would do it, at least I know you read what. Like, if I'm like, help, I need help. If you just give me a thumbs up, or just give me the, I don't know.
Yeah.
Give me the indifferent guy. Give me the, like, I can't help
Or give the guy with the monocle.
First, it's hard for me to find those fast because I never use them.
It's one button.
Also, put your glasses on so you can see.
I think I text my wife thumbs up.
No,
because
you don't.
You write out thumbs up?
Why wouldn't you just say okay?
Yeah, because it didn't warrant okay. It warranted a thumbs up because that also means.
And she just means the two letters, not the word okay.
Because okay could come off passive aggressive, like that's why.
But writing up the words thumbs up.
No, because the thumbs up means you're happy, and it means you're giving someone praise for what they said or what just happened. An okay could be perceived as a D-head.
You
like,
are
okay, like you're dismissing. You're dismissing them.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find the thumbs up, and
you do things that are very strange.
He needs to do ayahuasca, so his brain is different.
I rewire myself.
Like just to type out. Like, so does your wife use emojis?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And all of us here use emojis except for you.
Yeah. I don't
really?
like
Now, does anybody here? I know Travis is really good at it. Travis is really good at, like, if a message comes in, he'll either reply to that message using the new feature. You can hold it down and reply directly to somebody if it's in the thread, or he'll give it, like, hold it down and give it like a heart or a thumbs up to let you know. He doesn't have to reply fully. He's just acknowledging that he got your message. He's really good at that. You need to learn that one.
Hold on.
That's a time saver because it means I saw it and I agree.
You know what I'm mad at? I'm mad at the ability to laugh at a particular person's text.
Oh, you can do that now. Why? Are you mad because I don't laugh at your text?
No.
Because it gives you an extra notification.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not so. Okay. In this, Travis, get in here.
Oh, no.
He's really good at it.
All he does is like your posts
You're
and
going to
your
take his
texts.
compliment away?
On our group text that we have as a company.
Yeah.
Well, keep in mind, too, that things might be a little bit different because Samantha has an Android phone.
That's true. I can't do this.
Right, so she can't do any of this.
But I can see you guys doing
right.
it.
It
Well,
also
I
kind
know.
of separates everything into much more like individual messages based on the fact that we don't all have the same platform.
So
not that I want you to change. I don't care. But I'm just.
I've been meaning to yell about this, and I keep forgetting.
All right.
Quit.
Oh, well, that's what we need around here. More yelling.
Quit laughing at Daniel's group text.
Why?
Because
It's funny. It's a whimsical
Wait,
fun.
you're
I
yelling
laugh
at
at
him to
Butler.
quit laughing?
I
Yes.
laugh at Butler. What did you
No,
say the other day?
I don't
You
care
put
what-
something in there and you gave like a heart. I was
listen,
like, ha-ha, and then
just laugh on your own time. Quit.
whoa.
Okay, Captain No Fun.
Laugh on your own time.
No, I'm just saying, but no,
Damn.
because when you do that and you opt to laugh, which I don't even know how to do.
Oh,
but-
you must have been going crazy last night because I texted like 25 times.
Because then
were you freaking out?
No, it sends another notification of the whole text.
Yeah, it repeats the entire text, and then it says, Travis Butler liked, and then it shows the whole text. It is annoying.
You keep doing it.
I'm
Travis.
a busy.
I have no problem.
Hold
I
on,
have
I'm
zero intentions of stopping.
Okay, good.
busy. I'm busy.
I got you.
Now he's going to laugh react to everything.
So I never reply because it's mainly
I don't
garbage.
even know if you read it.
man.
Like,
No, I do because I'm like, what is happening?
Last night was literally about what we were going to talk about today on the show. It's not garbage.
I just
deemed
wanted
it
a thumbs up. Yeah, I just needed a
Our
thumbs
first
up.
guest, garbage.
I was like, all right, they'll work it out.
Yeah, I don't need to get
Good.
involved. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
I was like, I'll game day. I'm ready. I don't need to
Jesus.
prepare.
I love my job, man. I swear to God, I love you guys.
So,
I'm
but
laughing
back
so
to
hard
laughing
right
at
now.
it. So. Listen, I'll just assume you're laughing at Daniel because what he said was funny. So just
may
laugh
not
at
have
your
been.
own time. When you click on laughing, then all of a sudden I get a new notification and it looks long. And then I'm like, what is this? A long one? And then I'm like, oh God, it's the same damn thing Daniel said. Travis just like, Travis laughed at this whole
Look
thing.
at that vein
And I'm like,
in that
oh, no.
forehead.
Hold on a second. There have been times when I've sent jokes that fell flat and nobody said a word.
You're right.
Yeah, just for the record, I'm thumbs upping every single post right now.
I hate the
yeah.
thumbs up. Don't laugh at it. Like, what
He's
are
the
you?
thumber now, not the
Because,
chopper.
because it's just, what is it for? Just so the person like
An
oh,
acknowledgement.
Well, just put a LOL like we used to do.
No, that's
I thought
too much.
we no, hold on, but no, that's less than I laughed at it because
I'll
the
send
whole
a cry a laugh emoji.
yes,
Yeah,
Samantha
yeah, yeah.
at least because then I can dismiss it faster. The problem
Oh,
with
Sam texted, dismiss.
well, no, all I'm saying is that when you
What is a long hair? Is that a woman?
when you click the laugh option, it brings up the whole text again.
It's true, yeah.
And that's what confuses me because I see a long thing and then I'm like, oh, I got to read what is it? Oh, God, it's the same thing. And I get mad. And I do
I'm
it
just
every
happy you're actually reading our
I know.
text. Whether you're getting mad at him or not.
But he gives us no reason to think that he's reading our text
Yeah.
because he's really secretly hiding in the bushes, reading our text, and I'm over there, Mr. Anxiety, worried that I was worried last night that I'd screwed up, and I did kind of. I booked something. And then I was like, oh, man, I might have to pivot a little bit on that. And all I wanted was my business partner to give me a reassuring pat on the forehead to say, hey, buddy.
Or type out thumbs up.
It's going to be all right. And all I needed was you to give me a thumbs up or a heart or even a laugh just to let me know you're there.
But I didn't even
you
know where
were
you were.
there. You were hiding in the bush. It's the epitome. I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, where were you, Jesus? Why? I only saw one set of footprints. And you're like, I was there. You were just so down. I was carrying you, son.
No, you were carrying me.
You're heavy, Jesus.
I'm
Oh, my
lazy.
God.
I'm lazy, Jesus.
That's a shirt. Come on.
Pabon, lazy Jesus.
It's Daniel walking in the sand, carrying me.
Big giant Jesus. Can't even carry it. I'm too weak. I'm a half man.
But like, and then I whisper, "This isn't helping you."
I was going to save this for Friday, but I know we have a lot going on tomorrow, so I will leave it here. I have to be very careful what I say to my daughter from now on, because I was talking to her Saturday morning, or talking to Andrea Saturday morning, and I was making jokes with Andrea about how she's kind of stuck with me, and I was like, wow, joke's on you, you're stuck with me now. You know, like couples do that. And I was doing like the old, like, oh, you're stuck with me now, you should have married a whole man, you know, you're stuck with a half man, that's all you got. And Maisie goes, I like my daddy being a half man. I don't want a full-size daddy. She said that. She said that, and I was both completely embarrassed and crushed, and also pretty happy that she wanted a half-man daddy.
She's proud of her daddy.
She was proud of her daddy, but it was horribly insulting. Horribly. At the same time, it was a world of emotion. I was just I almost passed out. It was just too much. Two different emotions.
My sons will do that too, where they like are very protective of their mom and dad. Yeah. So then, if they overhear us telling any story about how someone is rude to Crystal, or like I'm telling a story here, but like all my employees think I'm an idiot.
We don't think you're an idiot.
I say that. Yeah. And
now watch us play Minecraft.
And they get mad. They're like, what? And then
we don't think you're an idiot at all, Daddy. Hey, do you want to invite the idiot to play Minecraft? Have him come over and sit and drink his White Claws.
They scream, oh, you're the only one. And the fact that you're 5 and 6 makes it worse. Because you don't know. You're an idiot too.
Maisie tried to pull some stuff last night. I got mad at her. I go, I know what you're doing. And she's like, how do you know that? I go, because I am you. I've done all this.
Yeah. Although when our parents said that to us, I didn't believe it.
Not dumb old man.
I was like, this person doesn't know me. And then you see, you're like, oh, yeah, I guess they do. But it's the same old process. And you don't realize it until you're old already.
Circle of life.
You mentioned Jesus. Well, we got a voicemail about Jesus.
Yo, BDM Neil here, checking in. You guys are talking about Jesus or whatever, and I am just like Daniel, only child, raised in the church, so on and so forth. And basically, you said, Tom, like, towards the end of the episode was like teenage Jesus, and Daniel mentioned about like him flipping tables and stuff like that because he was like mad that they were like selling stuff in the church or whatever. There's another story, because as I was raised in the church, and I happen to have a very good long-term memory or whatever, I don't know, whatever. But one of these stories of teenage Jesus was this kid fell off a roof and died, straight up died. And all the people, the parents, the whatever, they were like, oh my God, you pushed him off the roof and killed him. You're a murderer, whatever. And Jesus resurrected this kid and was like, yo, tell him I didn't murder you. And he was like, no, I fell off the roof and died. And yeah, like teenage Jesus was like angsty and like resurrected something.
Can you Google that? Because I want to trust BDM Neil, but it's just his cadence, the number of ums, and I could hear the vape smoke just permeating the phone.
So
Jesus pushed a kid off the roof. He died.
No, he didn't. The kid fell off the roof
and died. But Jesus apparently was up there smoking a pre-roll. And the kid fell off the roof. So Jesus is up there at the same time?
It was teenage Jesus, though, right? Wasn't he calling him teenage Jesus?
He called him teenage Jesus.
Yeah, this is true.
All right, so give us the...
And where is it? What?
Hold on.
Is this in the New Testament?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Infancy Gospel
what
of
season
Thomas.
was this?
The Gospel of Thomas. What?
Because I think we've talked about how there's no stories about teenage Jesus.
The Infancy Gospel of Thomas is a biographical gospel about the childhood of Jesus, believed to date at the latest to the 2nd century. It does not form part of any biblical canon.
Oh, this is dumb. This is like the Surfer's Bible.
Oh, wait, is this Jesus fan fiction?
I don't know.
This is like when you make Justin Timberlake and Lance Bass make out because you just want them to be gay so
I think I have the graphic novel of this.
Yeah.
So this is not
Jesus
actually...
Red Son?
It's not in the Bible from what I can tell, but it is
in some sort of
like
religious...
a manuscript afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Bible.
It was a pilot that didn't get picked up.
It's thought to be Gnostic in origin. Later references referring to this infancy gospel.
No, but so the kid falls off and dies, and then everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is terrible!" And they're like, "Well, who was up there?" And then obviously they're like, "Well, Jesus was up there," and he's like, "Whoa, let's all calm down. Hold on a second." And he puts his hands on the kid, and he brings him back to life, and he's like, "Hey, tell these guys what happened." He's like, "Oh, I actually fell off the roof," and Jesus is like, "See, you're wasting my time."
Did Jesus have?
I don't know. That's what I'm envisioning.
Okay, wasn't there there's some super religious BDM that said he emailed us one time. He said he'll answer all the religious questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. So when Jesus, they knew based on, we've talked about this before, like there was rumblings that Jesus was being born, the three wise men.
Well, the king, it was, what was it, Herod? So that's why they went and they were trying to take the sons, the firstborn.
So then obviously between that time and the time he was crucified, right, he had built up quite a following, I think, right? There was, and that's why the Romans, I'm maybe butchering all this, but the Romans killed him because they didn't want him and didn't want the people to worship him.
Right.
So it's kind of like a cult following, obviously. So did he have like a bunch of followers that were protecting him? Did the Romans have to like go into some sort of compound, like Koresh? You know what I'm saying? Like
no.
Or did he
turn himself over?
Did he turn himself? Like, what about all the followers? They didn't try to save him or
he
fight
turned himself in.
You know what? Let's watch The Passion of the Christ on Twitch.
Doesn't Peter kind of betray him? Right.
Yeah, he's got a Benedict Arnold now.
Simon Peter betrays him, and then they find out
he didn't have any enforcers.
Didn't he get ratted out? I thought he got ratted out
by one of the disciples. Yeah, Simon Peter. He changed his name after he ratted.
At some point, they go to Mordor. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what about your followers? They believe you're God. They're not going to fight for you, or like at least
not against soldiers.
Yeah, I don't know. If you're willing to take on the Roman army.
He brought a dead kid back to life in his teenage years. Why can't he do something cool in his later years? Yeah,
a duke. Why can't he shoot some fire?
Sacrificing himself for everybody else.
Well, no, hold on. Sacrificing yourself would be suicide. He was murdered.
Well, but I'm saying if he was Jesus and could do all these miracles, he probably could have escaped, right?
Yeah. I guess, and then, I guess he did the ultimate escape with, came out of the tomb and all that whole thing. And I'm just wondering why his followers
been haunting us ever since.
Didn't protect him in some way, the Koresh people, they were shooting at the ATF out the windows. They were trying to defend.
Have you started watching Heaven's Gate yet?
No.
They get into a little bit of that towards the end.
Hey, all your followers are supposed to protect you. Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, Samantha Butler, and our good friend EJ all hanging out with you today.
Yeah, EJ had a bunch of nerd stories, so we decided to extend it.
I still had stuff, and I kind of wanted to put it all in.
Let's do it.
We're still talking about Disney. We did Lucasfilm stuff. Now we could talk about Marvel.
Okay.
And Marvel they unloaded everything. Like they're going to do Secret Invasion with Samuel L. Jackson as a TV show they're going to put on Disney Plus. Because you ever read the storyline of Secret Invasion?
No, I don't know what Secret Invasion is.
Secret Invasion is when the Skrulls came down to Earth and they replaced the heroes. So, like, Spider-Woman was a Skrull, and Elektra was a Skrull.
I don't know what Skrulls are. Yeah,
Skrulls were in Captain Marvel, the movie, and they're shapeshifters. They change their shape and stuff like that. And they even smell like a human. They even have the DNA.
God.
Yeah. So, it's Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of scenario.
Are they good? Are they good Skrulls or bad Skrulls?
There are good Skrulls and there are bad Skrulls.
So it's just a way for Marvel character. Okay, this is just a way for comic book guys to reinvent their entire universe.
Or anyone who died.
So it's a
could have
cop
been
out.
a Skrull.
So it's a cop out.
So I think Iron Man can come back. Yeah,
Tony.
Like,
look, not in this universe. This is a separate timeline.
Well, it's either that or life model decoys.
There's only one
They're either
timeline.
robots or Skrulls.
No, I want one definitive timeline, and there's finality. Like Spider-Man's dead. Guess what? He's dead forever. There's worms eating his spider bones.
Well, there's also the multiverse. So you got to worry about that. So you learn that in the Spider-Verse.
Skrulls and multiverse.
Do that too.
This is all the equivalent of
good storytelling
of a TV show saying it's a dream. It was all a dream.
Yeah,
you know
it's Roseanne wakes up. Dan's alive.
Yeah. It's
he didn't have a heart attack and die. Because John Goodman's a better character than Roseanne.
It's a lazy writing.
It is.
It's
like
it's all a dream.
Writing. It's just a writing technique that they use.
Okay, here's a writing technique.
How do we make all these superheroes bad? Well, okay, these aliens came down. They can shapeshift. And there we go. All right.
That's lazy writing.
That's one way.
Okay.
You could have made it more interesting.
It's subjective.
Or you're just describing it really badly, and
maybe that's probably
there's a possibility.
I'm also like narrowing it down so you can understand.
Okay.
I guess. Okay. There's also
complicated.
Ironheart, which is the Riri Williams, who's going to probably replace Iron Man. She's a technical genius. She's kind of like a Tony Stark character.
So she's like a girl Iron Man?
A girl Iron Man, yeah. But it's a African-American female who basically, she was like, I think she's like the sixth smartest person in the MCU.
Is she cocky? Like,
yeah.
I like that. All right.
Yeah, so that's going to be added to the Disney Plus.
Iron Woman.
Then they're doing Ironheart. And they're also doing Armor Wars. With
Iron my shirt.
There it is.
I should laugh at it.
And I love how you said that, and I'm like, don't
laugh.
And then
laugh. And then you get Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, and it's going to be.
I wish Chad heard that one.
Tom, roof's on me, buddy. Shout out.
Well, Armor Wars with Don Cheadle, who's going to be War Machine in it, and it's based off the storyline from Iron Man when he's destroying the other like variants of his armor. So basically, Don Cheadle's going to take care of anything that, like, Tony Stark's armors that were stolen. Like, Whiplash in the original comic books was one of his armors, and also, like, Manta Ray and stuff like that. So he goes back to destroy him so no one else can
pretty loose with his armor.
Yeah. Tony Stark didn't want his technology falling into the wrong hands, and that's why Armor Wars happened.
Lock it up.
Then you got...
you're an idiot.
You have. Can't you build an awesome safe?
Just write a way to save it, like you wrote a way to turn everybody bad. Oh, I have a cave that no one can get into. Boom, all the armor's in the cave.
He died. Well, unless he's a Skrull, which would make which would
too
kind of defeat the whole purpose of
if
Tony.
If he's dead, he's got to be dead.
Yeah.
Well, they also have Loki, which we already talked about, the Falcon and Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and What If. They released new trailers for him, though, at this event. And the Loki trailer looks amazing. Owen Wilson's in it, and he's the head of the Time Variance.
Like a more upbeat kind of trailer. Normally when I get one.
I'm really excited
about
Loki
trailer. Thank you, Butler. I got it. Yeah, me and Butler are on the same dumb wavelength today. I'm riding the Butler wave, and I got to tell you guys, it's fun. I'm having the most fun I've ever had in here.
Well, ignorance is bliss, so that's fine.
So, who is Loki now?
Loki with Tom Hiddleston, and it's the same actors and everything, and it's a connection. And supposedly, Kang the Conqueror is going to be both in this show.
Loki's like sneaky Thor, right?
I was going to say again, who is Loki? Because me and Tom don't know.
I don't know.
Never saw Thor Ragnarok.
No,
it's a good. Out of all those dumb movies, it's really
Taika
good.
Waititi, who we just talked about in the last segment with Star Wars, he's the one who directed Thor Ragnarok. And
every time I hear that, I think of Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock, I'm in.
Fraggle Rock. I think they are doing a reboot.
And then I get mad at it because I was like, "What is this?"
All I know is this week my wife's on the Ragnarok.
All these things lived under this old man's wooden house.
The trash pile.
What is it?
Why was there a trash pile?
Why don't they go out the hole and kill the old man? That's what I want.
Who would take care of the dog?
No, they got to kill him.
You kill the dog too, or everything.
Kill everything.
Burn the house down.
Yeah, if
They're a peaceful species.
No, if I live underground.
What about the diggers? Were they slaves too?
They were construction workers.
They're construction workers, but
what did they made crystal? What did they make? They made something they ate, right?
Yeah, the little construction set where it was like
but it was also their food.
Yeah,
so
I think the Fraggles ate the construction site and ruined it every time, right?
They would build their skyscrapers
and
out of
the
their
Fraggles
food.
would eat it.
That's weird, right?
Yeah, I'm just glad that this studio isn't built out of food.
Oh my god! So then we got also the What If, which is going to do Marvel Zombies. Have you seen the trailer for that, where Captain America's a zombie and he's fighting the Winter Soldier?
No,
it's in the trailer.
It's too much. I feel like they're dumping this all out because they know something we don't know. Is it the end of the world?
That one's animated.
Is that
it
why
looks like a Telltale game.
Push all this out, and we got to get it out there now.
I think so.
If it was, really, well, what's the point?
They're also going to do Miss Marvel, which is Kamala. What's her last name?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Khan.
Okay. You said Kamala Harris.
I know.
Vice President.
Yeah, she's also going to get a Disney show.
The misinformation in this segment.
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
I'm
still flustered. They stole my bike.
Zombie Winter Soldier.
Kamala Ragnarok. What the hell?
And then Hawkeye's going to have his own show with Kate Bishop, who's like Hawkeye 2.
Hawkeye, it's too much.
There's so much. And then She-Hulk's going to be in it with Mark Ruffalo and Timothy Roth.
She-Hulk at any point and get embarrassed of themselves. Also, and just like, this is all garbage.
I know this is a theme today, and people are going to be like, I knew it. That's why the new logo looks like Trump's hair. But do they have to do it? Doesn't it seem like pandering? if they make every character a woman's version.
But you also can't make everything.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, we got to have a She-Hulk. We got to have a She-Man.
Well, that's again, they're like, how do we...
It seems pandering, right? Like
Pandering and lazy.
Yeah.
Give us a brand new character that's a female. We don't need just a female version of something we already have.
I like She-Hulk better than regular Hulk.
Yeah, Jennifer Walters.
I just think it's a cooler, strong lady, right? It's
Well, she has more control
I don't know
over
nothing
her
about it.
alter
big,
ego.
strong, muscle man.
And she's a lawyer.
But we've
and
had that for
she
years.
hooked up with the Juggernaut once.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man, imagine that.
Oh, they ripped that hotel room. They show it. The
I'm going to
aftermath.
tell you something. Juggernaut has to take Viagra. You can tell because he is the white version of Barry, the guy that died of COVID, and then Tom Segura had to raise money for his family.
Yeah.
That's what Juggernaut looks like. He's big, and he's got a big one.
Yeah.
But he can't get the blood.
No,
Can't get the blood to it.
so much.
Too much
Ron
overeating,
Jeremy,
and
he has to hold the base of it.
He's pre-diabetic, and he's changed his ways a little bit because he bought a Nordic track, but not enough to not take Viagra.
Yeah, and then we got Moon Knight is going to do a series. They also have Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
They end up doing it when she is the Hulk, right? Not when she's a normal. She couldn't.
She couldn't handle it if she was.
But so when you're the
But he's
Hulk,
always big, right?
He's always big, because he has the Crimson Gem of
And
Cyttorak.
that sucks that he's got to be like, hey, you got to make yourself big so I can,
Yeah.
but
It's like Wonder Woman
just
having
stay small
relations with Superman.
Just climb around on it a little bit.
That's Ant-Man. Ant-Man does some weird stuff. Like Scott Lang used to be a pervert.
Samantha's like thinking about it, she's horrified.
But once you turn yourself into the Hulk, it's rage that keeps you into the Hulk.
No, not with the She-Hulk.
Oh,
It's
what
different.
The She-Hulk's different, because she got a
smarty.
blood transfusion from Bruce Banner when she got shot.
So she
got
can just
Hulk
turn
AIDS.
herself into
She can change at
Hulk.
will whenever she wants, and it's not. Sometimes it's rage based, like sometimes, like depending on the writer.
So this can be horny based, and then you go into
Turn into different
Yeah,
ones.
she's like a better
There's been different
Hulk.
versions of the Hulk. There's like the Gray Hulk, and then they have like the Monster
Gray
Hulk.
I've seen that one time. Lack of blood flow.
You guys are going to totally skip over the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Yeah, we're not into this stuff.
I
man.
know.
We're not into it, but I do feel like this is too much stuff. I feel like they would have been better served had they just leaked these out. Like putting it all.
Everyone in the chat is just tearing this apart. They said that she cannot revert back, that she's always the Hulk, and she is green.
It depends on the writer. And it depends on what
did
time
he-
in
That
the
she's always
storyline.
Hulk.
Did
Out.
Did he say she's not green? I know she's
No,
green.
she's green. No. I'm just saying that
so
she can
she's-
control it the way she changes. She's not always green.
That's not what
Sometimes,
the chat's saying, but I don't know because I'm not familiar. So.
And are you probably arguing the same? You're probably
We're
both
both right.
because
Probably, depending on what version of this.
in this
She-Hulk.
multiverse, she's only
Yeah, 616 or the
That's the
Ultimate.
part that drives me crazy.
Yeah. This is different. This is This is all over the
Now,
place.
I like the one-off
Crazy.
stories, and I've always said, like Superman, Red Sun, and stuff like that, where they go like, oh, okay, now this is like a writer being creative about something that, but I just feel like there should be more of a, like, this is the story.
But that's what the what ifs are. Like, what if they're going to do Peggy Carter is going to be Captain America instead of Steve Rogers?
I'm okay with those, but I just feel like when you make it all confusing, I want one definitive timeline, and that's the one.
Well, that's what they usually do with reboots. Like the New 52, they restarted the DC universe, and with
How is DC doing, even?
I think they're doing okay. Like I think didn't they sell their brand though? But a lot of stuff is going to HBO. Like they're animated. Like I'm watching Titans right now, which I'm really enjoying.
People say they like that.
And
What
Doom
is that?
Patrol is fantastic. It's the Teen Titans on HBO Max.
That cartoon?
No, it's real life, yeah. And Starfire is pretty hot. She's a hot black chick in it.
Oh, you don't mean that there's a cartoon called Teen Titans?
There's a
right?
cartoon. There's a couple cartoons called Teen Titans. There's Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go, but this one's called Titans. And then like Hawk and Dove are in this one, and Starfire.
So is it just like teen superheroes?
There's Titans.
They're usually a little
There's
bit older.
Teen Titans. Then there's Tight Ones, which is just a series of jeans. Then there's Tight
see
Ones,
the outline?
porno. Don't
That
look
led-
at that one.
Oh god! So now
fat ones.
That right now.
It's Teen Fat Ones.
That was all the stuff that's on just Disney Plus. Now they're talking about the movies they have,
and
like
then
Black
Teen Fat
Widow.
Ones Go, which is Joey Fatone as a teen selling
on.
hot dogs running.
Put up a picture of Joey Fatone because EJ's a little
No,
Fatone.
don't say it looks like
Bill
Joey
Fatone. That's his
having
new rap name.
I'm having a bad week. Don't do this to me.
Little Fatone here.
Just oh no!
Oh yeah, little Well,
Oh, someone give me a bike so I can lose some more weight so I don't look like Joey
Just spike
Fatone.
your hair up a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like Fatone's a little fitter than EJ.
All right, so I'm going
sorry.
to go to. Okay, here's a recent one.
Yeah, but he doesn't
He's
magician
gets
out
some
his
just
beard
for
like
men.
EJ.
Yeah, he gets just for men.
Yeah, he
Color
doesn't-
beard.
he doesn't-
He's letting it go natural, not trying
No. He's
to
letting
be
it-
a magician.
He's older than me, right? I hope. Right?
I think he's my age, right?
He's like 42, 43.
Look up
It's about
Joey-
the same age, I bet.
Yeah,
His age.
probably. Yeah.
Oh, all right. What else?
Okay,
Okay.
go back
Well,
and
now we got
forth.
to go to the. Now those were just the Disney Plus stuff. Now this is stuff that's going
43.
to be in the movies. Okay, so he's 3 years older
Yeah.
than me. They got the Black Widow still coming out in. I think it's crap. When is it coming out? I can't remember. Whatever. Then we got Shang-Chi, The Eternals, Spider-Man 3, which they're going to have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield,
Toad Maguire.
and Jamie Foxx, and Alfred Molina is coming back as the Dr. Octopus.
So they are.
So they're doing the
bringing-
Spider-Verse, looks like. And if they don't do the pointing Spider-Man when they look at each other, where they're all pointing at each other, they did something wrong. They need to put that in the movie for sure.
So Jamie Foxx is going to be another
He's going to be
Spider-Man?
Electro, yeah.
He's
Oh,
Electro.
oh, oh.
Yeah, because I think they're combining all three Spider-Man universes, where it's the Raimi ones, the ones with Andrew Garfield, and the new ones with Tom Holland, and they're putting them all together. They're doing basically a live-action
God.
Spider-Verse.
God, are they going to have the pig Spider-Man? Because
I don't
Spider
know
Pig,
if they're
Spider
doing
Ham.
or Gwen Stacy, Gwen
Peter
Gwen
Porker,
Spicer. Yeah.
Spider Ham.
and then Spider Noir, and then Penny Parker, which is the one, the anime one.
is there going to be a Miles Morales?
I think so. I think they are casting the Miles Morales, but it hasn't been confirmed.
If I were a porn
completely.
star, I would dress as Spider-Man and call myself Miles C. Ellis.
Oh, but they also have Doctor Strange coming out.
Do a
with-
lot of old man jokes.
Are you looking? I don't just for men my beard either. though.
Then you got Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness coming out.
Oh, Doctor
Is that a
Strange in the
series?
multiverse.
That's the third movie.
Just
Oh, I must have missed the second one.
The second
It's
movie.
Dr.
Oh, okay.
Car Wash and the crazy donkey
Yeah.
caper. It's like
I like Doctor Strange.
all
Doctor
garbage.
Strange is good with Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah, and then you have Thor: Love and Thunder, which Christian Bale is going to be Gore the God Butcher.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, and what's her name? Natalie Portman's coming back, and she's going to be female Thor.
For
in
the
that.
love of thunder, this is a
Tiki Watiti is
reality
directing that
dating
too.
show.
It's for big people. Big
For the
people.
love of thunder.
Love and Thunder.
Please accept this hammer that no one else can pick up.
Actually, that's what Tiki Watiti did at the thing, and handed Natalie Portman Mjolnir.
So,
And then Christian Bale's going to be in it. He's going to be Gore the God Butcher, who
Okay.
basically kills gods.
What a big name.
You guys should just be
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Goro the God.
Gore.
Oh, Gore.
G-O-R-R. Yeah.
So, yeah, okay. Lots of.
There's lots, and then
fantasy-
Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Guardians of the
Are
Galaxy
they
3.
recasting Black Panther? I mean,
They're
obviously.
not going to recast. They're
shouldn't.
gonna leave it
No.
as is. I think not Riri. God, what's the girl's name? I can't think of her name. God,
I know what you're talking about.
The one that used the technology in the movie. She's the one. His sister is probably going to take over the Black Panther mantle.
Okay. And then it'll be about her.
Kind of, yeah.
Will they write in a story?
Probably. They'll probably
About.
yeah.
Now, in.
I don't know, but they said they're not going to recast and they're not going to do holograms with them. Is what they said. So they're not going to do anything with Chadwick Boseman, and they're not. They're trying not to disrespect his. legacy,
Absolutely,
which
yeah.
I think is the right thing to do.
Well, but like I have out of anybody that passed in recent times, that's like one of the only guys that like I think everybody said nothing but like wonderful, beautiful, amazing things about. So that's a good call.
The only thing I think they should do is stick with Stan Lee, though. Keep having him have cameos, and if you're going to do any hologram, I would do Stan.
I thought he filmed a lot of them.
Although his last one was in Endgame.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he did
Let
film
the
a lot of
man
them.
rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean,
We're-
like, I know you nerds want Stanley and everything, and I know you want your Goro the God Butchers and you know,
Goro's from Mortal
your
Kombat.
50 different Spider-Mans pointing at each other with a pig Spider-Man and a girl
Oh,
Spider-Man.
I haven't even got to the good name of
It's
Ant-Man
just-
versus Wasp.
I
Ant-Man and
wish
Wasp.
you nerds would understand you can't have it all.
Ant-Man and Wasp, the new one, part 3, is going to be Quantumania.
I watched
I just
Ant-Man
wanted to
on a
see
plane.
Tom's eyes when I said it.
Ant-Man on a plane is the worst Samuel L. Jackson movie ever.
Monday, Friday, Snakes, and the
Somebody's got to kill this mother effing Ant-Man.
And then
Well, I think you guys would like Ant-Man because in the comic books he's a pervert. Like
I thought he was
Scott Lang,
I thought
he
he
used
was
to go in people's like bras and stuff like that when he's little. Yeah, Tom would like that.
That's
Look
disgusting.
up the Scott.
Yeah, but
I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't want a 40-foot nipple.
That
guy's an idiot.
Why would that make you? That would make you.
Yeah, you are a
disgusted,
pervert,
right?
man. You're a disgusting pervert.
Like, he used to do the stuff that the boys do, like the boys in the comic books, how they have that like sex bar that they go to, and they do the weird stuff there. Ant-Man used to do that in the comic books before they did the boys.
Okay, I don't want to spoil Ant-Man because
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, Ant-Man's good.
It's
Paul
good.
Rudd's fantastic.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's just like once you're
The
down,
first one's better than the second
You're
one.
the size of a molecule, and then you're like, I'm in a molecule. I'm like, okay.
Well, he's in the microverse.
Yeah.
And that's how they figured out how to do time
They
travel.
could get Tommy, so you better watch out.
Yeah.
The microverse.
yeah. That's like, I'm like, all right, molecule.
That's how they figured
man.
out time travel. And that's how they saved an Endgame. Spoiler alert. They also are doing Blade with there's so much I couldn't keep everything
So
down.
not
written down.
Wesley Snipes.
It's not Wesley Snipes. It's the guy that played Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage shows.
Okay. Now they had
okay.
said though that Wesley Snipes would possibly be a
Probably
part
be a
of this.
cameo, maybe. Maybe
Okay.
he wouldn't be.
But he's dressed like Stan Lee.
That'd be awesome if they had him as Deacon Frost. Though.
Hold on. I mean, couldn't Wesley Snipes
Yeah.
still pull off Blade?
Oh, I think he pull off.
I
Blade,
think
it would be great.
He looked good in
Look,
Expendables
pull-
3.
I want him to be older, fatter, Blade. It would be great.
pull up Wesley Snipes now because I
Is it going to be like Boba Fett in his new armor when he looks like Fat Bod? Boba Fett?
I don't. I think he probably still looks a lot like Wesley Snipes. Like you do, you get to hire him a trainer. You train for 6 months before you start filming. Like you can get back.
Maybe.
Squeeze him into the.
I think he's been
Blade-
blacklisted, though.
Yeah, he's kind of a weird cat. No, he looks good. He'd be fine.
Yeah. With some makeup and
Here
stuff.
he is. Here he is at the golden.
No, look at him.
Yeah,
he looks
he's
like
fine.
he has aged in 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God, he's still
Yeah,
Blade.
okay, here's a body shot. He's in good shape.
Yeah,
He's fine.
yeah.
He's absolutely fine.
And he still knows that he can still do. I mean, they do CGI. They started doing it in
No,
Blade
you don't
3
even need
anyway.
to do it.
No,
Make
he-
him old
I don't think
Blade
he- I don't
and
think he
make
make
him
him
be
Blade.
an older, grittier vampire. He doesn't have the
He's
athletic
the
ability.
apprentice. He's
Make
the
him
new
Whistler.
Whistler.
Yeah,
Make him
he's an
Whistler. I
invention
think we'd be
guy
okay with that.
Yeah, that's good. Like I'm in if you do that because I did like the Blade. I'm not a nerd, but I am in certain aspects, and I did like Blade series. And I always the first original
The
Blade
first one's fantastic.
was one of the best.
Who was the
I
porn
loved it.
star was at the very beginning?
Tracy
of that?
Lords.
Tracy Lords.
She's
yeah.
in the blood orgy scene.
Yeah, it was great. And Deacon Frost. It
was great.
Crystal
Yeah.
was going to name our first son Deacon after Deacon
Wow.
Frost from Blade.
Oh my God, you guys are trash people. I love it.
That's why.
There's a fun fact.
We almost named my son Xavier.
Yeah, I
after
almost named my
Professor X.
daughter Bass Pro Shop. Florida. Am I right?
And anyway,
It seems that in the last Blade Trinity, he was a disaster to work
Oh yeah,
with.
if you ever listen
So
to
they
the
don't
stories
wanna
about
hire
Patton
him
Oswalt,
again.
like
Well,
Patton Oswalt talks
that's what
about
I'm
it.
reading,
Yeah.
well, I don't give a damn if you can't. Like, you figure that out. Just give me goddamn what I want.
Okay.
I'm the boss.
It was like Butler.
Are you?
He was
well,
saying
that's the
Hollywood?
consumer.
according to Patton Oswalt, it was like Butler was Blade because all he did is smoke weed and then do his lines, and he wouldn't answer to anything
Here's
but
the-
Blade.
Awesome. I'm doing that right now.
Just make him the new Whistler, and just make him just like
Small
a
cameo.
scene, just like Whistler. Like, and maybe he comes and saves you a little bit at the end, but like whatever. Just deal with him smoking weed and being horrible to work with. That's why you
Not
make the
paying his
big bucks.
taxes.
We as
Maybe
fans,
they're afraid of that.
Well, that's what we want to see. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if he's
They
hard to
do
work
enough
with.
fan service, and you guys complain about all the fan service they do.
Yeah, but if they never, like, if they have him in like one scene.
Oh, I hate that.
and I'm
It's
just
usually like
okay.
this. He's like, I need a machine gun or something. And the guy's like, here, try this. And it's like, oh, it's the gun for the original movie. Oh, he's gone. That's
all-
It's the stupidest thing either.
I think it was high.
Or Stan Lee, too. I hate that he peeks over a newspaper. He's like,
Yeah.
See, I like the Stanley.
good luck when you're fighting Captain America.
You've never seen a spaceship before? Yeah, when
This
he's
is
driving
my-
the school bus.
Everything Stan Lee says, right, Excelsior, sir.
All right, we get it. Old man knows how to draw. Who cares?
Excelsi snore. more.
You're ruining the fantasy of the movie. It's like, oh, don't put the old man that drew
saying
it.
that nonsense word, old man.
So,
and they also have Fantastic Four with Krasinski and his wife are going to play. It looks like they're in talk
Jim
to
from The Office?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to turn to the camera and be like, my arms are stretchy.
yeah. One of my favorite comedy bits of all time is Norm Macdonald's Fantastic Four comedy bit.
Yes.
And just search it on YouTube. I won't ruin it, but it's just hilarious. And there's like, and the ending joke be like, oh, you're Mr. Fantastic? Like, you named everybody. I'm Mr. Fantastic.
The Thing.
Why aren't you Stretch Man? Anyway. That's not as good.
You said
I couldn't help myself. I had to say
You're
it.
the boss of Hollywood.
No, I just mean the consumer. Give the consumers what they want. They want the old Wesley Snipes as Whistler. And but the Whistler still is he?
That was
Chris Christopherson.
One of America's greatest singer-songwriters.
He died, or
did he die in the movies? He died.
Yeah, in the movies he died. I want to say
but he comes back.
Chris Christopherson.
In the first movie he died and then came back in the second one. But the third one he blows himself up in the warehouse.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the movie, he's like, "I'm done with this."
Yeah,
He's 84 years
It's amazing
old.
that part is really played by. Like, honestly, if you were to mention Chris Christopherson to somebody like our buddy from Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Music Lightning.
Yeah, I mean, like, why am I not remembering my friends' names? Jesse and Joseph Martin. If you talk to those guys, if you talk to Joseph Martin, like, Chris Christopherson is a treasure. Yeah. And he played a guy in a dumb vampire movie. Which is weird, right?
Yeah.
It's like
which is the most famous role.
What's the guy?
He wrote the song Sunday Morning Coming Down.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
Mick
performed
Jagger
by Johnny
and New
Cash.
Jack. Do you remember Mick Jagger and New Jack? That movie.
I do remember
with
that.
Emilio Estevez, and he plays like the time traveler or something like that. I can't remember the whole movie.
I do remember
about
that.
It's like weird. Like, well, of course. Then you got David Bowie in Labyrinth, and also in The Prestige.
All right, we gotta go, EJ.
you're just
getting into the vlog.
Excelsior!
Look out for a neon orange and silver bike.
Metallic
It's
orange.
metallic, orange and black.
You know, well,
It's a Huffy?
Yeah, Huffy.
What size, do you know?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
The gear, the cover is broken. It all has little
gonna
4 pegs out because I
Toys
had to
for
break it off.
Tots with old
Yeah,
Jay.
we did Ken Miller's Toys
If
for
you
Tots
keep
last
your mouth
night.
shut, I can take you down there and tell them you're my son.
Yeah.
And they'll feel really bad for me. You'll get the best bike ever.
I'm not
You
going to
can't
pretend
say
I'm
a word.
autistic.
You just
That's
gotta
not
keep
okay.
looking at the
I'm
no.
not the guy
No.
from Something About Mary.
No, we're not going to tell them anything. We're just going to stand there and I'm going to, Merry Christmas them.
Oh, you got perfect shoes for it.
How dare you?
All right, bye-bye.
One of those black leather Velcro. All right, get the car. It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
Butler's in the other room. Our good friend EJ hanging out with us today. Would you like for me to jump into this right now? Because I do have a new one.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
And it's not from me. It's from, I know, one of your favorites.
Okay.
I believe that I had one left over from your favorite Weird Job Wednesday theme song singer. Not me, not Pariah Mike. Kenny.
No, okay.
I think I have one from Kenny.
Okay.
I found it this morning. I've been saving it as a surprise. It's Billy Ray Cyrus. It could not tie in better for today's Weird Job. It just feels good. The energy is good.
All right.
Let's do it. Oh, man. Wish I'd thought of this one.
Tom wants to do a bit, and Dan really likes it, where you say some weird ways you earn some dough. So tell us, what's your job? Are you a big fat slob? Sam constantly dreams of leaving the show. So what do you say on this Weird Job Wednesday? And is it something they will understand?
So it's the old backing tracks.
And how much do you make in 2 weeks if you train? Could your job be performed by one Tom Van?
It's the karaoke track.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, he did a Tom. He upped his production quality.
Was this the one that we recorded in his car the last time?
Oh, that's it? Oh, he didn't even say it. Oh, that's my job. My achy breaky job.
Oh, God, I forgot that part.
He got to the end. He's like, oh, I got nothing. He gave us a figure. I'm about to go 5,000 on these ends right now. I'm right.
No chorus.
I got nothing.
We're just going to do the lyrics.
All right. Well, we might as well get into a weird job then, buddy.
Yep. On today's Weird Job, we actually have a sponsor who has a weird job that I think that, some people don't consider like owner of a business a weird job, but it's so like you do so many different things.
Might be the weirdest. At least it is for me. Like I've done radio 28 years now, something like that, and owning a company is way weirder than all of that.
So we have Chad Fortson on the line, owner of Secured Roofing and Restoration. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Good, man. Good. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to be with us.
So,
yes, sir. I'm on a job site right now, taking care of the people.
All right.
Awesome. So, Chad, how does one become the owner of a roofing company?
That's a funny story. Well, you just grow up in Lake County, Florida, and been around construction my whole life. And my dad was a farmer, my grandfather was a farmer at Zelwood Farms and Duda Farms, and just been around construction and saw that we have a lot of storms in the area, and saw a lot of people that couldn't get their roofs done in a considerable amount of time, and just wanted to help them out, and said, you know what, sounds like a good plan. So that's what I did.
Wow, that's a real man. I mean, gotta say,
did you also see how when we started our company, we hemmed and hawed so much that our wives basically called us the P word? This man did not do that. Did you see? He's like, they need some roofs, and I know how to do them because I've been around it all my life. So I guess I'm not going to do the corn and Zelwood. I'm going to do the roofs.
Also, I got my grass from Duda Farms that make a high quality, nice grass, and I'm told by my landscaper, best grass in Florida. Anyway.
He would be correct.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, Chad, when you grew up, and we talk about real men a lot here, and only because me and Daniel
are soft boys.
Our dads were real men, and we kind of aspire to be that, but we did not grow up in that trajectory. We grew up in the radio business, sitting in air conditioned, talking behind the mic.
Chad, the first instrument I learned how to play was the flute. I think that gives you an idea of where I was going.
Yeah. Well,
I can tell you one thing, Dan. My dad was a big fan. He's passed away, but he was a big fan of yours, and he listened to you guys for many, many years. I can tell you that.
Well, God bless him, giving love to Dad now. That's very, very cool.
So, Chad, when you say you grew up in construction, was it something that you just learned, your dad taught you, and you basically, he did everything himself, and you just learned like that? Did you start working early in construction?
Yeah, my uncle and my mother was in real estate, and at an early age, in my 20s, I flipped a few houses, and I fell in love with that, and it just kind of progressed to where it got in. And I buy my materials from ABC Supply, which is the biggest company in the world as far as roofing materials, and sold materials for them for a while, and I just loved it. And like I said, I mean, I saw a lot of people in the state of Florida that just went through a lot of heartache and pain when it comes to all the storms that we have, and have a lot of bad companies out there. But I said, you know what, I can make a difference, and so that's what I wanted to do, and I just got into it, and I just fell in love with it from day one.
Well, you brought up something pretty interesting. You said there are a lot, and there are. I mean, I think anybody in the market for a roof. I've only purchased one, thankfully, on my second house I ever owned, and it can be very scary. It can be intimidating, and there are a lot of bad guys out there that can take advantage of people. Was that ever something that might have deterred you, or did you always look at it like, hey, this is good if I can get in there and actually provide a great product, but do it reputably? Instead of being, nefarious or trying to scam folks, that maybe I can carve this niche out. Or was that the way you looked at it?
That's exactly the way I looked at it, because the roof is the most important part of your home. I mean, that secures your home. That's why I started Secured Roofing, hence the name, because, it's the most important part of your home. And when it's not secured and you've got leaks coming in, and you do have people out there that do take advantage of people, and it's just, a lot of roofers out there maybe have a good name, may have a bad name. I wanted to make my company to have the best name to where, all my employees, that's our biggest goal. No matter, there's always mistakes, there's problems that come up, but we make sure that we finish the product and make it done. And the biggest difference between me and a lot of, companies out there is we go in and we get it done in a matter of a day or two at tops. And, a lot of companies are out there and they're, there for a week, 2 weeks, and, we got a lot of older, people in the area, and I don't want them to feel like, oh my gosh, they're still here. We go in, we get out, and we're done. Yeah. And that's what we like to do.
Yeah, and Chad, I want to ask you about you mentioned there's a lot of scam companies and I feel like, especially in Florida, roofing companies have been given a bad name from people that prey on Floridians during storm season, because we've always heard those tales of all the roofers coming down from North Carolina and all descend upon Florida after we have a bad storm, and then that's when you get tons of people getting scammed, and you put down deposits or they finish half your roof. I've heard of stories before where people paid half up front, and they literally just did they took all the shingles off the roof and prepped it and then never came back.
Some of the quotes you even get, just something as simple as getting a quote for your roof. I almost made a really poor decision many years ago when I did purchase that roof, because even the quotes I were getting were just all over the place, rando, weird.
So Chad, can you tell some of our listeners how to avoid or spot some of the scam artists that especially after storms?
Absolutely. You never want to do what's called an AOB, and that's what a lot of companies do. It's called an assignment of benefits, and as soon as you see that, run. And that's what I do, and I tell all my homeowners that we deal with. We don't ask for anything up front. I do not get a payment till the job is done. Completely done. And if anybody asks for half up front, that means they're having to buy the materials and get that money for the materials to do the job. If you don't have a company that can't come out there and do your job and make you feel comfortable without asking money from you in the beginning, you need to run from them. And especially if anybody asks for an AOB, assignment of benefits, run, because what that does, it turns their insurance company over to the roofing company. And the roofing company can sue the insurance company and do whatever they want to the homeowner. They can sue the homeowner at that point. They can do whatever. And that's, you definitely want to stay away from AOBs. And never, if a company asks for money up front, run.
Also, when they show up with all the shingles and their supplies in the back of their Escalade with their hatch open because they couldn't close it, and then the guys are wearing long jean shorts on the roof, you're like, I made a mistake. Chad, I want to ask you about, it seems, has the technology for the roofers themselves, because we always talk about one of the hardest jobs that think any of us could even imagine is being a roofer in Florida. And I know
the sunshine, the up down, the danger, the long hours.
And I know all of
rain every afternoon.
Oh my God!
Secured roofing and restorations. The people that put on the roof on your house are employed by Secured Roofing.
That's their guys.
And so, but that's a super hard job because the heat, obviously, the work is involved. But has technology made it easier, at least with has the nail guns are so efficient now that it's faster? And then I see that the conveyor belt where they put
conveyor belt crane.
Yeah, they get stuff on the roof.
That.
And so is it easier now than it's ever been? Old school, when you started back in the 90s, 80s or whatever, people were putting up roofs, it was twice as hard or is it just about as hard as it always has been?
Well, everything was done by hammers back then, the cap nails were done, and now we have actual automatic nails, which is great. But the other big thing is you want to make sure any roofer you deal with has got workman's comp. Have them show that to you, and general liability, because there's a lot of them out there. They say they do, but they don't. So you want to make sure that they have workman's comp. So in case something does happen on your property, you're covered, and the company's covered. And that's a big thing in the industry. You want to make sure that everybody has got workman's comp, number one, and general liability that protects the homeowner and the company.
Yeah.
And it costs a lot of money because it's a hard business, but at the end of the day, you want to make sure that the homeowner feels comfortable and they know that you've got general liability and workman's comp.
I had a guy fall off my roof, I think, when I bought my roof. And then I think, now
that was not a good day.
I may be remembering this incorrectly, Chad, but I'm virtually certain we put him we put a sheet under him, and we carried him off our property just in case. I think I put him in the street.
It's a Disney scenario.
He's fine.
He doesn't die on property.
He was fine, but we moved him just right outside the mailbox.
I'm not joking. The original Tom van, my dad, when he was building his garage in Miami, he just had his friends and some people that he picked up to help do labor on the roof. Okay. And then a guy fell off, and this was a 2-story garage that he put his boat in, and landed and blew like the bones out of his legs, like compound fracture. Wow. And I believe the story went where the people drove him to the hospital and like threw him out into the emergency room like a gang shooting because they couldn't.
He OD'd. I don't want to go down on this too.
Say that he hurt himself with the property. Sue crazy. Like it was some crazy thing in the 90s. But yeah, don't do any of that. So let's talk nail guns, Chad. Because when I hear someone put on a roof, I always can hear they get into this rhythm.
Well, you can hear the skill.
Dang, 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 dang. And then they go dang, 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 dang. And then I'm like, how are they doing that fast? Because this nail gun is literally the size of a sewing machine. Like it is not a tiny. It's gigantic.
It's big, yeah.
And they're hitting it at a rhythm, which I'm sure they're using the bounce back to hit the other. Like
exactly.
Well, they have targets on the shingles that they have to hit. Depending on the shingle, has to be anywhere from 4 to 6 hits. But it's a automatic machine for sure.
Chad, I want to also ask you about some roof urban legends, and one of them that my wife always yells at me about, because I will sometimes get up on the roof to smoke a lefty. No, I'll get up there and say,
think about ending it all.
No, go on.
He has to escape from his kids and wife. He hides on the roof.
No, I get up there because I got 2 oak trees. And
is that at 4:30 in the morning?
Yeah, get up there early.
And to clean the leaves off and the gutters, and I got crazy acorns because there's so many oak trees.
We call them craycorns.
Anyway, so I get up there, and then I'm get up there with my blower, and I'm blowing all this stuff, and I'm walking around, and my wife yells at me. She's like, "Stop walking around the roof! It damages. You're not supposed to be walking around your roof with our shingles. It degrades them." And then one time I was sweeping, and she's like, "You're sweeping the granules off. You don't sweep the granules." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's
that's
like,
the stuff I don't know about either.
Yeah, so. She's like, "The roof needs the granules. It makes the shingles last longer." I'm like, "The granules." I'm like, that.
And then Tom's like, "I'm gonna call and bother Chad on a work site."
The owner of a gigantic.
I need an owner of a gigantic roofing company on a work site.
Tell me I'm right.
In a porta potty and scream me the answer.
Oh yeah,
I can tell you, your wife is a smart woman.
I knew it. This is awesome.
I won't tell her houses for a living. She should know.
Win.
Don't ever get on a roof unless you have if you have a leak, call a roofer. You should never get on your roof because it does damage the granulars and that can cause other problems. But your wife is a very smart woman. Do not get on your roof unless you're used to being on the roof.
Yes.
Because when she went back inside, I was like, "Granules, ask me."
You're ruining your roof.
Text her and say she's right now.
I will never do that.
Secured Roofing. Just call Secured Roofing and we'll take care of it for you.
Because, Chad, I swept all the granules off. Because then I did it out of spite. I swept the granules.
He has tar on his roof now.
His roof is bright, shiny like marble.
Don't tell me you're up there with a pressure washer either.
Oh, God, I did. It looked like it needed it.
He likes to do that move where you spray under the shingle.
That's where all the dirt is. It builds up under the shingles. I blew a couple off far. I was like, "Oh," and then I just put the tape over.
Yeah, if you put
You made a hurricane up there with the pressure washer.
Sounds like Hurricane Tom.
So don't sweep the granules. Don't pressure wash your roof.
Don't get up there.
walking up there.
Yeah. Don't stand up there. And then also, when I was cleaning the gutters, I do it opposite. I do it where I lean over, so any small, like I get it lightheaded, I'll fall straight off onto my head.
What are you doing?
Crystal's going to be wiping your butt when you're paralyzed.
You can call us for the gutters too, because we also do gutters.
I know that. Need to be.
I got you covered. Just have your wife call us, and we'll take care of it.
I like how he just took you out of the equation. He just said have Crystal call because
Don't get on the roof double, man.
Yeah. And,
Why don't you know more about our sponsor?
no, I don't. And Chad, and also, like, when it comes to if you do have some sort of damage, like, let's say a storm comes through, like, sometimes a wind will blow, and I'll hear something hit the top of my roof, like a branch comes off my oak tree, and then it hits, like, hard, like, boom! And I'm like, oh, my God! And then I'm like, just don't think about it.
it's probably just the granules.
And so if something like that happens, you guys will come out and do a free inspection to make sure there's no damage, right?
Absolutely. We'll come out within 24 hours, and if it needs to be tarped, we'll tarp it for you, and then we'll walk you through the process of whatever damage is there and take care of it for you. But we'll get out there within 24 hours and take care of it for you, because we're in Florida. We get hail, we get wind. Yeah. I mean, we get windstorms every other weekend here, and especially with 3-tab shingles, which is a lot of neighborhoods, those only hold up to 60-mile-per-hour winds, right, and as you guys know, we get that every other day in Florida.
Right.
So, and there's a lot of damage that you don't see from the ground. When we do come out and do a free inspection, we'll take a look at it and make sure that you're not going to end up with a leak, 6 months from at that point. But we'll walk you through the process, and all of our guys, they have their vehicles, and they'll come out and just make you feel really comfortable, because that's what my motto for my company is to make sure the homeowner, when my guys leave, make sure they feel like they just left a friend and they're actually taking care of them, not trying to make a sell. That's not. I don't want to sell to anybody. I want to make people happy and take care of their needs.
Well, you're the exact opposite of Tom.
I was just saying that. Our sponsor. Chad, thanks for sponsoring our show, by the way. We really appreciate it. And thanks for being on Weird Job Wednesday. Again, it's securedroofingandrestoration.com. And there, you can go right on the front page of the website and get a free estimate. And we're doing a promotion where if you do get a free estimate, we'll mail you a free ACT hat.
It's my favorite hat we have. The gray one with the ACT logo on it is by Dome out of Jacksonville. It's phenomenal.
All right, Chad. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great afternoon.
Yeah, you too, man. Take care.
See ya.
It's super cool, right?
Yeah,
I was going to bring up your skylight.
I get it. Don't say it, but don't talk about it.
Put something over it. Maybe you can upgrade it.
And I know all the people in the chat room and everyone listening, like, well, why don't you ask him how much money he makes? I'm not doing it. That's our sponsor.
I was waiting too.
No. I've done enough damage. Just be myself.
Could we have at least?
Well, you ruined the bit. That's part of the bit.
Yeah, you're supposed to yell, tell me. Come on. You're letting me down.
I'm fine with ruining the bit, not with ruining the company.
Hey, we finally got
new
the
shirt.
New shirt. Yeah. Ruin the bit, not the company. That's the motto of this show.
Yeah, because I'm running a tightrope. And
we know he's struggling.
Oh, by the way, he's not walking a tightrope. He's running a tightrope because it's not going to last very long.
Yeah. At the end when you drop the big stick, and then you're like, I can just sprint the last 12 feet.
20 feet left.
You start running, and even though you're leaning, you still you're like, as long as my feet touch, I can make it.
It's what a fat dental hygienist does on Wipeout. Like, you get to the last big red ball and you jump for the novelty accordion punching boxing glove.
Yeah. That, if I was Chad, my pop-up would have been proud of me, because it's like that is like a real man job. That it's like, I own secured roofing restoration.
Most impressive.
He's like, what do you do?
I see all this stuff all the time in my job. Like, I usually see the pictures of the shingles and stuff like that that's damaged. So
Chad can do
I know all this
something
stuff. All the stuff he's saying is, listen to him. He knows what he's talking
Chad's a real
about.
man. He can do something none of us can do. He can stand in a piping hot porta potty for 18 minutes. On the phone, not sweat one out. Not even one bead of sweat. Walks out cool as a cucumber, got his Red Wings on, gets in his truck to go check some job sites.
Yeah, he's got a like an undershirt, a white undershirt, then his work shirt. Like, oh, you're not sweating.
Covered completely.
How
So
are you not sweating? We wear chubbies and sandals because we're obese. We're like little Jabba the Hutt, just oozing into our pod chairs.
My Finn Bellacampus shirt. I'm like, it's hot in here.
I know.
My buds are sweating.
Under boobs.
Bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha and Butler are here, and welcome back to the program.
On Skype with us right now, he's got, some would describe it as an angry beard.
Yeah, I love it, though. It's well groomed.
It is the most spectacular beard, or at least one of the most I've ever seen. And Chris Gwaltney's here from the Humidor, ABC. How you doing, Chris?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Real good. Couple of things going on here. If you're watching us live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, or you can catch the replays on YouTube. Just search Tom and Dan Live. Two things here, Tom. You can't wear beanies, and you can't grow beards.
No.
Because if you wear a beanie, you look like a little girl. The beard thing just speaks. I just think it's funny that Gwaltney has on both and looks really cool. I can't wear beanies either because if I put one on, I just look like a thumb. Like I look like bums cut the fingers off their gloves, or maybe they wear them out. I just look like the finger of a glove.
Chris, that look of long beard beanie,
it's cool.
You're there like
longshoreman.
Yeah.
You could be old sea captain. You could be Midnight Santa Claus.
Midnight Santa Claus.
I don't even know what that is. I just invented it.
That is a classic rock band, and Chris is the drummer.
You're the drummer in Midnight Santa Claus.
How you doing, Chris?
Good, man. First of all, if I'm in a band, I can't be hidden behind a drum kit. I'd have to be. I'd at least be the bass player. You got to put the beard out front.
He's right.
So, Chris,
actually, he's absolutely right because in ZZ Top, a band known for their beards, the drummer named Frank Beard has no beard.
Are you serious?
Has no beard. He has no. Look up Frank Beard. Has no beard.
I didn't know that was his name.
And they put him behind the drum kit, and you know what? I got into a ZZ Top hole. Oh my God, I'm turning into an old man. I started listening to Gwaltney. I started listening to ZZ Top about a week ago, and my wife made me shut it down because I was like doing Lagrange and I was like, every girl beat about a songdress man. I was pumping it up.
Boofing.
I was boofing to the hell. And I think my balls just fell out. I'm sorry.
They're a great band, man. There's a really good documentary about those guys, but they were really kind of more bluesy.
Yeah.
And then they kind of MTV picked them up, and MTV did a lot of that with bands, and they became kind of mainstream rockers. Yeah, because they were so. I guess the videos were great. They came along at a good time with.
They had the girls and the fast cars and the rock and roll.
The car and everything.
And Billy Gibbons is a phenomenal guitar player, one of the best in the world. So, I mean, people sleep on him, I think, sometimes. And I think the main reason why, not that we're going to talk ZZ Top, and eventually we will get to baseball for those of you that are waiting for it. But, what's funny about that band is I think people sleep on them because they're a three-piece. And I think three-piece bands typically don't get a lot of credit, just like Rush. Primus.
They should get
Green
more credit, less people.
I agree, but they don't because it's like maybe their sound's a little thin, or maybe I don't know. It's weird, but how you been, man? You been well?
Been very, very good, man. Things are going great. It's a busy time of year, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So things are cranking over at the mothership, ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and thehumidor.com. So reminder for the Humidor. Today's really the last day we can guarantee you'll get your shipments before Christmas. So make sure you get those orders in today if you want to get some cigar, a nice little cigar present for Christmas, or you got a gift idea for that cigar smoker on your list. So do that today. We're cranking, man, and as far as the ABC side of things, I don't know if we talked about this last time, but we partnered with FedEx to do delivery.
Oh, yeah.
In almost all the major markets, and that's going really well. So just want to kind of put that out there.
Good.
We're really, really, really happy with that partnership because FedEx obviously brings credibility to the delivery business. You know, you're not going to have someone showing up to your house in pajamas and flip flops bringing your stuff. You know, you're going to have a trusted name in delivery.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of a problem with that around here. We've had some issues with people that are, I guess, subcontracted out to do deliveries and people not knowing. Again, like what you're saying, it's a weird time. A lot of people staying inside. So if you see somebody, sniffing around your house out front, you don't know who it is.
Also, I've seen there's something off-putting when someone delivers a package to you in a old Honda Accord.
It is weird. Yeah.
You're like, that's weird. You're used to, I want a big box, man.
And that's not to say that, okay, look, you're working hard. You don't have the best car. I'm not judging you for that. Whatever. You have a Honda Accord. It's a car.
You deliver packages, though. This is not the proper.
Right.
Also, I want to remind everybody to use promo code Tom and Dan when they order anything off the humidor.com.
And one more thing, the Corinne store that I go to, the little one, they have the tiny humidor that they didn't just redo it, but that place gets packed. So if you are shopping and they're doing safe distancing there was a lady that I swear to God I watched her sit there the whole time I was in the store because there was a line for the humidor. So all I'm saying is just go when you think people aren't going to be there and get on it now because it's only going to get worse.
Chris, I saw a story on the news about, I was looking up, let's go look up what's happening in cigar news, and
that's what I do every morning.
The hurricane that hit Central America, I think it was ETA or whatever. That they said that it halted some tobacco production, and they're gonna I guess expect delays in the production line. Have you heard anything about that?
Yeah, there was an issue that second one. It basically went like the one that went across Nicaragua and the Honduran border. That is where. That's Tobacco Central. That's where all the tobacco and coffee. I mean, that's tobacco and coffee country. So there were crops that were planted, and so it will affect that particular crop. So if there's any crop damage and whatever crop was in the ground at that particular time, it's not going to be viable to be used. But it depends. They do grow. Obviously, they grow it in cycles. So as soon as that crop's out of the ground, there'll be another one going in, and they just kind of keep them going until the end of the growing season, which usually ends around April, May. They like to get the tobacco done before the rainy season, before the rains come. So, but yeah, obviously it's going to have a trickle effect. That's one less. If one particular farm got wiped out by the hurricane, that's one less crop out of that rotation for that year. So. It may not. It's not going to affect anything now, but it could affect you two or 3 years down the road, depending on when that tobacco is going to. Because you've got to remember that tobacco is going to take a while. It's got to be processed, fermented. That could take anywhere between, 6 months, 18 months. It's going to be aged for a year or two. So it's a problem that's going to be that you'll see down the road. But yeah, it'll be something they'll definitely have to factor in. As far as production goes, like daily operations, I've talked to a lot of folks down there, and I don't know of anyone sustaining any damage to the factories in that sense. That could have happened, but no one that I buy cigars from told me that's an issue. So, but it's kind of it's a tough time of year for that. It's late in the season. And right now, all the cigar factories are getting ready. They shut down until after the first of the year. So they're going to stop production anyway. They do that every year. Christmas is a big deal in these areas. So pretty much everybody gets 2 or 3 weeks off for the holidays, and they come back to work after. So, yeah, it's that time of year. It's the time of year where I'm buying a lot. So I haven't really seen a lot of issues as far as stuff being fulfilled or COVID related issues.
Good.
Certain items that were being produced during the big COVID lockdown in those countries, they got behind on the production schedule on some of those items. But as far as the hurricane goes, I don't think we're gonna. You really won't see it for a little while.
Gotcha. Also, I wanted to ask you about gifting a cigar lover a Christmas gift, because this happens every year where, like, my brother-in-law is into golf. So every year we're looking for, like, a Christmas gift for him. My wife is like, let's get him something golf-related. So she goes online, she types golf gifts.
And then, executive putt-putt. It's right up there in Marshall.
One year...
it's already opened.
One year she tried to give him it was a golf club, but you screwed off the...
you drink out of it.
And then
a boozy club.
Yes, a boozy club.
I've seen boozy club.
And you screw
I'm
off
a big fan. Give me that this year. That's what I want.
The head of the club, and then you put booze in the shaft.
You fill it with straight gin. You got to put gin in it so they can't smell it on your breath. If you drink it on the first hole, you get hammered and pee your pants.
My wife's like, let's get him this club. You put booze in. I'm like, why does he want? No one wants that. I'm like, he drink.
I'll take it.
But he's gonna drink when the cart girl comes by and offers some drinks. Like they don't need to hide it.
I have a boozy club.
They don't need to hide it in the boozy club. This is a novelty dump.
Money.
And also anything golf related. He's into golf. He has everything.
You don't use the boozy club on the golf course. You walk down the street holding it, naked, drinking out of it.
And, and so I feel like people fall into this trap. And then with people that are like, oh, my uncle likes cigars. What should I get him? I'll get him a cigar cutter.
Everybody goes cigar cutter.
He's got the best one that he likes using.
He's got a cutter. He's got a punch.
The best, you got the best.
Yeah, he's got scissors. He's got knives.
Yeah. He smokes cigars every day. He has all that stuff.
Don't cheap out. Get him an expensive ass cigar.
Chris, I'm going to ask you, as a guy who loves cigars, what would you like that has to do with cigars?
Oh, please say boozy club.
That you could use, because I feel like you've got plenty of cigar cutters.
He sells those. I'm hoping that the boozy club is a free gift for every humidor order. Boozy clubs for everyone.
Well, they make a cigar holder that's part flask.
Boozy flask or smoky flask. I don't know. We'll think of a better
smoky
name.
Flask. No, man, it's the same thing with golfers, right? If you got a golfer on your list, you don't buy him all that stuff. You either get him a gift certificate for a round of golf somewhere, or you give him golf balls. Something that you always are going to need, right?
Man, a round is a good call. And a lot of people, they sleep on that because they're like, I'll get him a golf shirt. Like, no, just get him a round of golf.
Yeah, that's what he likes.
It's very simple. And you can get gift certificates to premium clubs. Like when my dad was playing, there were some clubs in Hawaii that are that you can buy and get a good deal on, and it's almost like a destination at that point.
Yeah, just get them a round of golf on a course they normally wouldn't play because maybe it's a little bit more expensive. It's not something they want to splurge on themselves, and that transitions perfectly into cigars. Buy somebody a cigar that they normally wouldn't buy, right? So get them something premium. Maybe it's something that they really like, but it's not something that they're going to smoke on a daily basis. Those kind of gifts are cool, man, because they'll remember when they light that cigar up who gave it to them.
This coming from the chat room, Chris. Bought my husband the boozy club one year. He was too embarrassed to take it to the course. I thought I nailed the perfect gift.
Well, think about it. What is it going to? There's a cart girl, which, by the way, gives you an excuse to do your little, it's that guy's
your sexual harassment.
Come on.
You don't
we got that Grinch over here.
You walk up and you say something harmless. If it's cold, morning round, you started at 6. You want a little nipply out here. You start with a little nipply. Maybe you're working hard or hardly working. What can I do you for? You throw out one of those.
They're cool with it because they know it's on a golf course.
They have on a tiny skirt, and that's how I know they're cool with it.
Which is their mandated uniform.
Tiny skirts
by the men that run the golf course.
They're skirts, Sam. I can't even see up them. Believe me, I've tried.
It's a give and take. The tips and the.
It's their love language.
So anyway, those things.
So what you're saying is, you got memoirs of a geisha. If you had memoirs of a cart girl, it'd be about 2 pages long. The same 5 things.
Yeah, it would not be good.
They've heard the same 5
Let's
lines.
just say I don't want my daughter to be a cart girl. My God, are you crazy? My daughter's like, I got a job at Dubstrat. I slap her face. I'm like, how dare you? You're no daughter of mine. A cart girl?
Like, I go out there, I play a round of golf with Chris.
And you're just hacking this guy, man, they call him the shovel because he's just whacking the dirt.
And then, some higher ups at the ABC were doing like a, it's the sale.
Schmooze it up.
You go out there, and then...
and then you try to fit in, so you're like with Gwaltney, and you're like, well, these fourth quarter numbers are looking pretty intense. You're saying things you don't even know.
Yeah. I'm puffing a cigar crazy.
But you're inhaling it, you're barfing in the bushes.
Then I go over to my rusty bag of clubs. And
then you still borrowed from Jim Coleman for the Jim Coleman show. And you slide out your boozy club.
Yeah, but the boozy club is big plastic novelty.
It is embarrassing.
It looks like Little Tykes.
It looks like a little. And I unscrew the top, and I start chugging
straight gin.
Hot gin.
No, wait. You got to go premium because you're trying to impress the ABC.
Yeah.
Hot Tito's. Boiling hot Tito's.
And then I pointed at Chris
and Mr. ABC.
And then I'm like, hey, anybody want to draw off my boozy club?
Yeah, I know. I don't have Corona.
During the pandemic.
Who wants to drink out of my novelty Little Tykes?
I mean, I know it's been touching all my other clubs that have dirty glass.
Alcohol kills everything. It's fine.
Who wants tetanus and Corona?
They're like, why? We're like, drinks are on us. And we're like, why would you bring this? It doesn't even make sense.
Then you're so drunk, you just fall over into the bushes and you diarrhea your pants.
Oh, no.
Yeah, right in front of Gwaltney. And he has to pick you up like a sack of taters and put you into the part where you put your bags and strap you in to hold you in place.
Oh, with the back strap.
So he uses the strap to hold you in place, and then he drives you off the course.
There's the road.
All right, there you go.
Nice.
I think we did it. Oh, thanks for the cough, Tom.
I'm sorry.
You guys have just described every corporate golf outing I've ever been.
Also,
there's always that one guy in every corporate golf outing. So you can be that guy.
They go too hard. There's one video on. You can just Google it. There's one that I think came out this year of the guy that's at a corporate golf event and he can't stand. And somebody else is just videoing him, and it's long. It's like, and wait for it, it's like 17 minutes long. 17 minutes of stumbling
of just him,
and like he'll stumble and then lean on his club, and then stumble and then lean on his bag, and then lean against the wall, and then fall, and then back up. It's like the guy at the Electric Daisy Carnival or whatever that was trying to put his sandal on that video. It's just like that.
But then when he goes up to drive, he can hit it. You're like, how? You can't even walk, and you can still drive a ball.
Yeah. By the way, he did seal the deal too. At the end of it, the client stayed on.
Chris, I got one last question for you. At the end of the year, there's all these lists. They always do the top 10 blank of 2020, and they do the list. And they do that with cigars, of course, too. And is there any notable, best cigars that came out this year that people can take note of?
This is going to be interesting. First of all, Cigar Aficionado, which usually starts dropping that list, they actually would have, in the past, would have started last week. They pushed it off to January. So,
interesting.
Yeah, so that's the first time they've ever done that. So, it's kind of a strange year because there wasn't a whole lot of new stuff flooding the market. We didn't have the big trade show that we normally have when everyone presents all these new items. So some new items trickled out, but this year, since I've been doing this, it's been probably the slowest year for new products and things coming to market. So it'll be interesting to see that list of what's gonna top the top 25. I had no idea. Last year, you kind of had an idea what's gonna happen, but this year it's kind of a free for all, really. So.
Yeah, it seems like basically everybody's just like, let's just move on because it's 2020 is we'll just it's in the books and we're
doing our best.
Yeah. Steam forward.
If we don't have a best list of 2020 for cigars, then maybe 2020 didn't happen, right?
Yeah.
It's like the 13th floor.
You just ignore it and keep on going.
It is definitely take the L, and we're gone.
Well, again, it's thehumidor.com. If you want to order, today's the last day. Use promo code Tom and Dan, save 20%.
Get on it now, but you got to do it today.
Yeah. Chris, it's been great talking to you, and we'll talk to you next year, man.
All right, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right.
Have a good Christmas.
Good to see you, man. Merry Christmas. That is our good friend Chris Gwaltney from thehumidor.com. Update on Boozy Club. There's more. It was extra bad, DB says, in our Twitch chat room, Because her husband thought it was like an amazing real golf club that he'd wanted. So he goes under to get his TaylorMade or his Big Bertha. He's getting the ping. He's, oh my God, it's the club I want. It's a $300 drive. No, it's a $19 boozy gift.
It's always.
We should make a Tom and Dan list of worst gift because executive putt-putt, I bring it up every year because even when I see it at like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx, I get a smile on my face because it's so crappy.
So let's start a Tom and Dan clowning list.
Yeah.
So if you want to clown somebody, these are the gifts to give them for Christmas.
Boozy Club's got to make the list, I think, now. Man, I haven't left that hard of a gift in a while.
I was unaware that was a product. So.
Oh, yeah. And Tom's right. It's so balloony novelty that everybody knows, oh, you got a fake Boozy Club.
But it solves a problem that doesn't exist. That's the thing, too. So, like, there's booze in every golf course. Rarely is there any golf course that's like dry. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be the rarity, and maybe there's some sort
I've
of
never
religious.
played on a course that's dry. No.
Yeah. I mean, there might be some days that's in some religious course.
Drew Garabo and I used to play 5 rounds of golf a week.
It's about drinking.
I got to a point where I would play every afternoon. Like, we'd meet at Drew's house, get our clubs, and then we'd hit up like Alaqua or Dubs Dread or something. We'd go and play. Yeah. And then we go straight into work and do the show.
And if it was a situation where you're like, all right, my uncle's super cheap and he wants to bring his own liquor, he doesn't want to buy from the cart girl, he bring it in a flask. There's no reason to hide it in a golf club. It's like, what?
I've always thought that's
weird. They don't pat you down like a concert before you go into the course. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could easily put a flask in your pocket or in your golf bag and take a couple hits off it. No need for Boozy Club. It's the worst gift idea in the entire world. Okay, nobody's ever used it.
Here are some coming in from our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. 2 things. I'm going to go off topic for 1 second to tell you something that just popped up that I know you can't read that you're going to love. This is from Baby Bull 72. In regards to performing while intoxicated, back in college, I was on a softball team and had a game during St. Patrick's Day. I drank a whole bottle of Jameson and then played the game and could hardly stand, but I still managed to hit a home run. All right. That is the type of stuff I'm looking for. In fact, you are welcome to call in anytime with those type of stories and just randomly throw them at us. That's fantastic. Going back to Boozy Club, or bad gift, goes to Manute Bull says, my wife got me a tie and belt combo from Burlington one year. I thought it was a joke or something meant for her dad. Oh.
I'm going to go to Burlington today.
What are you going to get?
I don't know.
If they see...
I'm going to get a Boozy Club.
Yeah, if they have Boozy Club, if they have tie belt
I don't even know anybody that golfs.
If they have... look for executive putt-putt.
Okay. I'm going to get you guys clown
What about
gifts.
that thing that's the metal balls all tied to a string?
Oh, that's
clacker balls.
Clacker.
And you put...
Yeah.
It's like for your desk.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, because
do like that.
That was the quintessential 90s. Don't know what to get. The boss in my life.
Hey, look, I got you something that takes up space.
And it's annoying because it just
clacks all
I got you a click clack.
And also the stress balls.
Stress nerds. Yeah,
and then there's a couple of them. There's those squeezy ones no one's ever used.
The cheap out ones are the balloon with sand in it. I'm like, this is not a stress ball. It's a balloon with sand in it. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a child.
Then there's the fancy version of the stress ball, which was
filled with some sort of gel or mush.
Well, I'm talking about the ones that are in like a lavish Japanese ornamental case, and you open it up.
Those are the ones you swirl in your hand.
And they make a little like.
I got those.
And no one's ever used that. It's a hunk of garbage.
Somebody gave me those at the radio station years ago, and I brought them home at Christmas to see Mom and Dad. I just brought all my gifts, right? And my dad didn't know what those are, but he had heard of them before, and he called them Benoit balls. What are those goddamn Benoit balls? I'm like, no, Dad.
Someone just posted that in the chat. Benoit balls.
That's not what those are. Benoit balls are the ones that go different places with strings attached so they don't get stuck. These are like a swirly Japanese stress balls or something. I don't know. They're different, but everybody.
Meditation.
My dad made that mistake, and the chat room made the mistake. It must be pretty common.
Just know if you have purchased those, you've contributed to something horrible because whoever makes those, it's some nefarious.
Have you ever seen the boxes have
They're
felt?
in a landfill.
Yeah, the
100%.
The boxes have like felt
Red velvet
and
is
red
there.
velvet, but if you peel up the red velvet underneath, is like blood-stained newspaper. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
It's all like old
straight Chinese garbage.
But they took their newspaper trash and they smooshed it in there like, we can make a box out of our trash. And then line it with velvet and then put these SE balls in there and sell them to dumb Americans.
Yeah. And the balls probably had some sort of industrial use, like that they had like a mountain of them, and they're like, what the hell do we do with these mountain of balls? And then we'll remarket
Jengi balls.
All we do is have to get an army of children to paint them like Japanese dragons.
Yeah, and then put them in these trash boxes.
And then we'll sell them to dumb Americans as Japanese stress balls, and they'll buy them crazy, and then they'll pump them in the trash, and then they'll ruin their landfills.
I've got a lot of memories for those balls because there was a sweet spot in the early 2000s where I think we were hemorrhaging them from the 90s, where people were just giving them away like crazy. Because I had like 5 sets of those. I had my hands are too small to swirl the balls.
No one ever did with them.
I got little hands. Like, no, if you have big, like, Andre the Giant hands, you can do it. But if you have little hands like me, you can't
swirl the balls.
It's pointless.
Also, you know what relieves stress for me? To just sitting and doing nothing.
That's my point.
I don't want to try to swirl some balls.
Yeah,
it's hard. And I'm like, oh, that almost felt like I'm stressed out swirling the stress balls. Anyway, bye-bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, Samantha, and Butler here. In fact, you can hear Butler's got jingle bells. Put that on the mic. I kind of like turn it up. Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
Yeah,
it's Christmas in the studio. We have so much traditional Christmas things from Holobox, and we're going to talk about each one.
We're doing it now.
And on Skype with us right now from Holobox Willow Tree Cafe, Chef Pat and Christina. How you guys doing?
What's up, guys? Doing good.
Good to see you guys. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And there's so much traditional, like, the stuff that you have is so traditionally Christmas that it's the most Christmas I've ever been around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what he means. I know he sounds like he had a small stroke there, but I understand exactly what you mean, and I feel the same way.
It's the most Christmas.
The last time,
Christmas.
Yeah, this is the biggest Christmas. The last time that you guys gave us some treats, we got some advent calendars that we gifted to our kids, and I dare say that has made this Christmas the best Christmas ever. She gets up every morning. She gets up at 3:30 a.m. and runs down screaming for chocolate and rips open the next day. And it just progressively gets earlier and earlier. But no, it really is fun. The chocolate tastes yummy. Do you guys have any more of those? Because I've been having a lot of people hit me up and ask if you still have advent calendars.
We do still have a few advent calendars left. The closer it gets to Christmas, the less and less we're going to have because people start them, December 1. Yeah. So we're down to the last dozen or so advent calendars. But so much chocolate. We just got another shipment of chocolate yesterday. We got 5 pallets, and I think 3 of them were all chocolates and candies.
And one of the things you guys have today is a different kind of advent calendar filled with Christmas-themed incense.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Okay.
So when full transparency, when you gave us this, Butler and I looked at it. We didn't know what it was. We saw what appears to be Bubba the Love Sponge's poop shack that he has all of his interns stand in, and then he collects his feces in a bucket and he puts it in there. He makes them live in there for a week. And
that is the poop shack.
Yeah, but to know that it's now incense is that the incense? The poop shack's the incense.
So it'll come out the chimney.
You put the incense in the poop shack and then light it on fire, and then the smoke comes out the chimney.
Nice.
That is so cute. My God, that's adorable.
I thought those were chocolates.
Oh, God, you didn't
Oh, man, you're
I have to go to the emergency room.
You were sniffing around over there.
This must be traditional German chocolate or something. It's dry. It
tastes like Nog Champa.
It's dusty. It's chemicals.
My God. It tastes like the infinite mushroom in my mouth. Blah, blah, blah.
So I can't help but look at. I've never seen what the candle spinner.
Guys, this is okay. Last time it would have been for the kids because it was advent calendars that were filled with chocolate and goodness and yummy little treats. This time you brought us some like really nice little gifts that are very elegant. That is so cute. So it wafts smoke like a real gentle little fire,
but it comes out of the chimney.
That is really cool, y'all. And so you've got that, and I guess you buy the little shack, and then you buy the little advent calendar of smells, and then you have a different smell each day for the Christmas holiday?
Indeed. And so all of these things came from Outfitters, because when we were trying to figure out what to bring you guys, we realized like we hit so many things from the deli and the restaurant, but we never really talked about our clothing store at all. So not only do we have clothing there, but especially Christmas, all of those smokers, and we brought like the metal house, but there's also wooden ones too that are shaped like people where the smoke comes out of their pipes, and there's different characters. So there's a lot of really cool Christmas German-themed items that are
I'm sorry, guys. I'm laughing because Butler's trying to put out the incense
with his
fingers, and he just burned a hole. So now Tom and Butler have to go to the emergency room. One for eating incense, the other shoved the incense into the palm of his hand and burned a hole through it.
He tried to put the incense out.
He tried to do what a cowboy does on a wick of a candle.
Or like a cartoon coyote puts out a bomb. And he burned his fingerprints off.
What did you do? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay, because it looked like he pushed it into his thumb and then he cried.
We should not have this much fire around Butler.
Butler, have a schnapps.
Yeah.
So,
okay. All right.
I want to talk about the candle spinner. What is this?
I think I'm going to guess there's a traditional German phrase for it. I don't think the candle spinner.
Yeah.
Well, it's on the box, and I'd love to hear you try and pronounce it out before we tell you what it says.
Hold on. I can pronounce this.
Okay. We're going to get the box.
I don't know if you knew this, Christina, but I'm pretty good at words here.
All right. Here we go.
I have so much evidence of that today.
All right, so
hold it up. Okay, so we can see there it is.
You could see the name, and
well, I know the last part.
Lighter Glockenspiel.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Take
that.
Another gold star.
It basically means like a lighted, like playing thing. Spiel is for play. So like we brought a metal one because those are ones that you build yourself, and the heat of the candles rises and turns and spins the fan. And so that's a very traditional German gift, and there's all different kinds. We have wooden ones.
Some really, really big and intricate ones. Like, I mean, they would take up the top of this table that hold like 8 or 10 candles that like have multiple moving parts. They're pretty intense.
Now, I know it probably wasn't intended to look like this, but in the lighter Glockenspiel that I'm looking at, as the device spins, there's cherubs that are hanging.
Ours is going backwards, I think.
Yeah, that's because I put it together.
Because our cherubs are flying butt first into
and also, it does appear like they have long hanging dongs that are ringing the bells.
Hey, guys, this one, our listeners are going to buy the hell out of these because these cherubs are sitting on big old 14 inches.
Yeah. And as they fly backwards, their cherub dong rings the bell of Christmas.
What's cooler? I'm gonna throw something at me.
Can we show this on video?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn my camera around. I'm gonna turn my camera around so you can see it. But I'll ask you a question, Tom. Is there anything cooler than an actual baby flying backwards with a 14-inch penis?
No, powered by fire, which is the best part.
We're just angle it down, and there you go.
Okay, yeah. There it is.
You can see it. It's pretty cool, man.
all jokes aside, I've never seen a traditional Christmas decoration that's powered by fire and candlelight before.
It's really
and
cool.
I feel like it's super old school, and it's like
it adds to the decor. It's a great Christmas, I guess, decoration for your house, and the fact that it makes like gentle noise is nice.
This would be a traditional German Christmas decoration.
Yes, and especially the Spiel part and the Glocken one that you had, the noise is part of it. So again, it's like something to interact with your kids and your family, and it just kind of screams Christmas, especially in Germany.
I love it.
All right. Now, before we move on to some of the other gifts, do you want to take the shot? Because I feel like it's...
Are we supposed to take it as a shot or sip on it?
So that's part of... We have a Christmas surprise for you guys that I'll let Pat tell you about.
Oh my God. There's strippers in the lobby.
Just for Tom and Dan listeners, we're doing a beer and a shot special. If you come in and ask for the Tom and Dan beer and shot, you get to pick out your half liter of beer, and then you will get a shot of Kleine Feigling, which is fig schnapps. And if any of you guys have ever come in and I've given you a schnapps, more than likely this is what it was, because it's a very nice, smooth,
delicious,
easy drinking schnapps. Not like the one that I sent for you guys today.
Okay.
And that special's at the restaurant. Do you just ask strong?
Oh my God!
I see Daniel's face.
I took a whiff of that, and that literally took me out of my body for a split second.
Oh God!
Chef Pat, do they ask their waitress or waiter about the special? Who anybody at Hollabox?
Yeah, well, so this is the first time anybody knows besides me, Christina, and Eric here.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll have a button in the computer. So whether you're at the bar or whether you're at the restaurant or in the beer garden, you can order the Tom and Dan drink and a shot special.
I love it.
All right. Do you want to? Let's
cheers.
So we'll talk a little bit about what you guys are drinking. Which is Obstler. Obstler in German, Obst just means fruit. Traditionally, it's apple and pear. And so it's a favorite among Eckhart. If you guys have ever seen our show with Jimmy and Eckhart, it's Eckhart's favorite.
Yeah, that's
schnapps.
Jimmy and Eckhart's favorite schnapps right there.
All right.
And it is powerful. And there is a fruit, but I would say it only comes after you drink the shot. And I would try not to breathe it too much, as Daniel has
Also,
already learned.
move it away from the candle.
Yeah, let's not blow the studio up.
I'm not joking, because that comes...
Is it straight gasoline?
You guys fire and
It's gonna blow Butler's hair off.
Spray fire.
I mean, it's gonna be a hell of a segment, right?
It burns Butler's vests.
It glues to his skin.
Butler has one of those trendy plastic, like poop vest. It literally melts to his TTs.
All right, let's take
Plastic
this.
boobs.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays.
And Butterfist.
Here we go. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That is.
Breathe it out.
I have the power of the gods in
Blow
me.
out the fire.
Whoa.
I feel like, oh my God, I feel like I just want to run through a village, chopping everyone's head off and burning every thatch roof.
That was powerful.
That is, holy God.
Oh, man.
Holy.
Hold on, I can see clear again.
See clear.
I need my glasses.
I've gone full Scientology clear. I am literally, you guys are all, what are they, Thetans? I am literally an elevated being.
So let's.
That made my nose run. That's not bad. I mean, it's not. It's just strong. It's not bad though. It's strong.
Also, speaking of the market and outfitters, you guys should check out all the traditional German chocolates they have. Like, those are cool gifts for anybody that has some German in their family.
Meats and cheeses. Something as simple as meats and cheeses. But it's funny. Now, I had a guy tell me this. Now, this is a fact. He said, "Hey, I bought some sausages. I cooked them. They don't taste like Pat's." And I'm like, yeah, because he's the chef at the restaurant. They're not going to. I'm sorry. He's been doing this for a very long time. If you want the full experience, you have to go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
You can write into my DMs and I'll tell you how to take care of a sausage.
There you go. A lot of people have said, and our BDMs have been kind of taking him up on this, like saying, I've never been. And then Pat will say, hey, if you go, make sure you find one of us and let us know you're there. please do, because it's only going to benefit you, and it lets them know that you actually stopped by and you listen to the show.
Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about the nutcrackers, because
I'm going to guess you don't understand these, nor normally I would guess that you wouldn't like the nutcrackers. You'd think they're stupid.
Well, it was a little nutcracker story for you. It was the first time that I realized my son was smarter than I am, and it was Tommy.
He's only 5, man.
No, this was at the age of maybe 2.5, maybe less.
Wow.
When
you really want to tell this in front of our clients?
When I was driving down the street and I looked at a Christmas decoration hanging off like a light pole, like they had decorated all the light poles, and then I was like, "Hey, Tommy, look at that soldier!" And then he corrected me by saying, "That's a nutcracker." It's 2 years old, and I'm like, "All right, artist smarter." I'm glad I got that over with. I was dreading the day, and today's the day, and now that's it. I don't have anything to worry about.
It's actually made your life a lot better. You just power through. Interesting.
So I imagine that the nutcracker, and I'm making this all up.
I am fascinated with the high-end, crazy-ass, intricate, weirdo nutcrackers.
Well, I imagine that it started with, like, a lot of people used to have nutcrackers, like some sort of machine, and because they ate a lot of nuts with hard shells, and it lasted a long time, you know, that kind of thing, old-timey. And then they started just decorating their machine to look like a soldier, and then they started making the nutcracker look like soldiers for Christmas decorations. I'm guessing that's how it evolved.
These are great.
And I'm not asking you guys about the history of nutcrackers, but...
if you notice the nutcracker, they all have a traditional Daniel Dennis nose.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Oh, man, it's coming back up.
No, it's that shot.
It's coming back up.
All the Mountain Dew is running from my stomach.
you go poop your pants?
No, that shot landed on a bunch of Mountain Dew, and the dude's like, "You're killing me."
But no, when I left here, guys, full transparency, before I left here, I only had 10 minutes to leave. I had to run home real quick and grab my mom's car and come back. You were eating chicken fajitas as fast as you could. It's always good to pour Mountain Dew on the bottom of your stomach, then stuff hot spicy chicken fajitas on top of it, and then pour German schnapps or brandy on top of it. That's going to light the fuse, buddy.
So the nutcrackers we're looking at are Christmas tree decorations, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
So at Outfitters, we have a huge range of nutcrackers. They can be the small ones that are just meant for tree ornaments, and they can be as big as some of the Steinbachers that are more collectible items that are a lot more intricate. So it just depends on how fancy you want to go, but it's definitely not Christmas without a nutcracker.
And most nutcrackers nowadays, you can't actually crack a walnut because
I feel like you're gonna get a. Actually,
yeah. Like I feel like most of them are made for decoration, not utility. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. What say you guys?
You can crack some pistachios with those guys.
Okay.
Well, the big ones though, like they're more like they've kind of evolved to more of just a decoration, correct?
Definitely.
So
we got to get some cool glass ornaments too. It's very traditional in Poland and Germany, and my favorite one is the sausages. I don't know if you pulled those out. There's nothing like a glamorous sausage.
Yeah, these are great. Look at that. Yeah. And I am a huge, massive fan of glass ornaments, and it's kind of a point of contention in my house with my wife. Because with 2 little dogs that like ornaments and a 5-year-old, glass ornaments are not good.
Yeah.
But I tell you, they always look the best.
Yeah.
They try to make them out of plastic and duplicate. It doesn't look the same, man. It just doesn't. It doesn't hang right. It doesn't look right. It doesn't reflect right. These are beautiful, guys.
Also, if you have glass,
give me that other one,
if you have glass ornaments, it's almost a flex to your guests.
It is a flex, yeah.
Because you're saying that I'm so good, I can have glass ornaments on my tree and not break them. Even though they probably didn't see the 10 that you broke putting up. At least that's what I did. Every year,
awesome.
Every year, an ornament gets broken, and Crystal starts crying that was Tommy's second year Christmas ornament that commemorate.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, all right.
That's where it is better that Andrea's more like you, because I don't get any of that. I'm the guy doing that.
No, it's sentimental.
Yeah, I cry about the ornament. Andrea punted in the trash. These are great. I love the pretzel one. It's got like a little tail on it, like the traditional, like a tradition of the pretzel. It kind of talks about how the monk, well, you can read it, but you should definitely get a few of these for the old tree.
Chef Pat, I got one last question for you.
Sure.
So sausage, especially
I'm blind in one eye right
sausage stick, and I guess would it be pepperoni? I guess pepperoni's not a sausage.
What are you talking
like
about?
dried sausage?
I think you're
Like
getting
a Slim
You're
Jim?
getting way in the weeds, man. I feel like Pat.
It's not jerky?
I just hate it when Pat has to come back and correct everything we just said. So, Pat, is pepperoni a sausage?
It's my favorite thing to do on you guys' segment here, Double D. Is correct, Tom.
Okay.
So pepperoni theoretically would be a dry-aged sausage like a salami, a salumi. Those are all Italian, but like we do have German salamis and Hungarian salamis and stuff like that. But they're all kind of the same process. And then I think what Tom was kind of getting at, we have German Slim Jims, as we like to call them. They're called Landjägers, which means land hunters. But traditionally, they're dry beef stick kind of things that you shove in your pocket or shove in your knapsack. And, while you're out in the woods, you have a little shot of schnapps out of your flask and take a couple bites of your Landjäger while you're out there, stick it back in your pocket and keep going. There's a few different sizes from, let's say, like pinky size to thumb size, Landjägers, Debreziners, kilometers, but they're all different types of dry-aged sausage sticks that you don't necessarily have to refrigerate, that you can just walk around and take bites out of.
Oh, and I'm a huge fan of dried meats. I have a problem, some would say, with the dried meats. Like, I see them.
Dried meats.
If I see them, I buy them.
Yeah.
This whole studio, my mouth's watering. This whole studio has a problem with jerky and dried meats. We have a meat problem in the studio.
Guy, is there a traditional Christmas, like a German Christmas dinner
that's a great question.
Like, is it the same as like the turkey and the
Traditional German Christmas is roasted goose with knödels, which is like a potato dumpling, and red cabbage.
All right,
that sounds great.
That's your traditional Christmas dinner.
So roasted goose, canoodles.
Never had goose.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
That's really good.
Or just
like
flavorful.
Greasy duck.
Yeah, it's flavorful like duck.
That's
Oh,
fatty
I'm
and
in.
delicious.
Yeah, it's big
like a
bird fat, and it's yum bird fat.
Is it that?
Yeah.
Is it that?
Fattier birds taste better, guys. And here's my hot take of the day. Dark meat is better. And I'm sorry, it just is. It's got
100% agree.
It's got flavor, and it's not dry, and it's yummy. And you guys, you give me the breast. Well, okay, take it, please, because it's not good.
My dad always said the fattier birds taste better, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Blessed.
That's our callback.
The goose, you cook like a turkey, right? All birds cook the same. How does that work?
How dare you?
Not all birds cook the same.
How dare you? That is Curtis.
Correction.
You should
more
know
like
about
a turkey.
that.
You want to cook the goose all the way through. You roast it, let the fat render, let the skin get nice and crispy, and not dry out. And but like duck, to me, I don't like duck whole. I would take the breast, sear them, and eat them medium rare, and then confit and cook the crap out of the legs until they're falling apart. You could also do like Peking duck, but then you're really getting it for the skin and that sweet sticky and not necessarily the moisture of the meat.
Awesome. Well,
goose sounds awesome. Just like to walk in like a feast.
Yeah,
that's what I think of. Like when the bird is as big as the table. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I want
novelty.
That's what I want. And then I want the novelty nutcrackers everywhere. And then I want like 20 of these glockenspiels.
And that's the only light in the room.
Yeah, and I want the glockenspiels going. And then I want to be dressed like some sort of warrior. I have a sword on my back or something. And then there's all these girls around in different, traditional German drinking bustiers. They're leathered in some way. They're hoisting big wooden, right? And then
one sip of schnapps, and you just built a whole picture for yourself.
And then I ring the bell, and then everybody comes into. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed too, and everybody comes into the big mast house,
and they're dancing with platters on their heads.
Yeah,
there's platters of fruits, and
then I do a speech, like I do a traditional speech in front of everyone. I do something like this. I do like where I get in front of everybody, I ring the bell, like everyone, please. Tomorrow I have found there are new ships in the harbor, and tomorrow they might come to take our lands, but tonight drink of canes, like something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then
but then they do come.
they murder me bad. They actually do that move where they
kill the one that talked the most.
Yeah, they're like, what do we do with it? Well, do the traditional move where you cut off his genitals and you put him inside his butt.
Come on. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
And then they put me on some sort of stick, and then they just mail me to my dad.
They're like, eat all the leftover food. It's a lot. There's no refrigerator.
Smoke me good.
All right.
We gotta go.
Christina, I'm sorry.
We gotta go.
If you want some awesome traditional German food, Hollowbox Willow Tree Cafe, and of course Outfitters, and I think you still. Is there any pint glasses left? Maybe.
I think there's like 5 pint glasses left, and I messaged Butler. I've got like 15 or 20 weenie pins left.
Yes, we are making a new batch of pens. We decided like
you bailed on saying weenie pins.
I felt embarrassed.
I knew you did.
We will have a new batch of pens. It's getting made now. We figured we'd make it a little bit different. That way, the first batch, if you picked them up, you got a one and done.
Yeah, it is a one and done scenario. If you don't get a pen that's been released, then it's done.
Yeah. So collect them all. Chef Pat, Christina, thanks so much.
Thank
we
you
appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you guys so much. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We love you. We'll talk to you next year, all right?
Awesome, guys. Cheers.
Cheers. See you guys. Oh, man, they're so good.
Oh, man.
That's a hot shot.
I am about to fall asleep. I'm so tired.
Let's get out of here.
The incense is like, he's smashing it into his finger, and he was like, and he's there, and then he put it down, and he just looked at his finger,
he's smoking,
and he shook his head like, you idiot.
It was still that hot. That was after I put it out of my finger.
What is that? A chamois? It burned through it.
Through the chamois.
No, what I say though, when he first had it, he just pushes it into his thumb, and he goes, I can see the pain, and then he took it away, and he just looks at himself, and then you could see him think, Travis, and he's like, idiot. He shook his head. He's like, why are you doing it?
Remember what Mama told you, don't touch the fire.
Okay.
Bye-bye.